Welcome to ThingWorx tutorial series. In this video, we are going to show how to install ThingWorx PostgreSQL in Red Hat Enterprise Linux environment. In the current demo, I'm going to use Red Hat Linux with version 7.1 and Tomcat with version 8.0.30 or above, Java with version 1.8 with an update of 45 or above, and PostgreSQL strictly version 9.4.x, and also ThingWorx 7.2.2 PostgreSQL distribution bundle. As we are installing ThingWorx PostgreSQL in Linux, we expect to have a knowledge of these following commands. In this video, I'll try to be precise and as short as possible, so I might do a fast forward at specific places. Again, I'm using Red Hat 7.1 for this demo. If you are in a different Linux distribution, just make sure of the distribution specific commands for various operations like creating directories, creating users, creating groups, etc. For the whole setup, I will be accessing my Linux machine through a command line interface. Let us make sure we have wget installed in our machine. If you don't have the wget installed, you can install using yum install wget. And now let us follow the steps listed in the reference doc. So I'm doing wget, I'm going to copy it and remove any possible line breakers. Here we have few things. So now let us run the rpm install command, create a directory, user lib jvm, and move the jdk files to jvm lib. Now set up Java alternatives. Make sure to remove the line breakers. And now change permissions, chmod and chown. Now let us configure alternatives for Java. Here select the option with 1.8 with update 45. Here for me it is 1, so I click 1 and hit enter. Let us configure alternatives for key tool. Okay, here it failed. So check if there exists a older key tool file in var lib alternatives. Okay, yes, there is one for me. And now let us delete it and rerun the command. Okay, now it is success. Let us check the version of Java space. So I have Java version 1.8 with update 45. Now let us proceed to Tomcat setup. Get the command to download the file, and I'm going to paste it and execute the command. So let us make sure the URL is in place and execute the command. Okay, we have downloaded this file. You can see the 8.0.33. Let us unzip the file, and you can see this directory right in here. Create a directory at user share tomcat 8, and let us move all the files to that directory, and you can see all the list of directories. Let us create a group. Okay, the group already exists. Never mind. Let us also create a user. Okay, the user tomcat 8 already exists as well. And now follow all the instructions. Create a file with setenv.sh in bin directory. So here I'm going to use vim command to create a file. Enter the insert mode. Before copy paste, make sure we don't have line breakers. There exists few, so let's update the content. So now hit escape semicolon wq to save the file. So here we can see the setenv.sh file being created. And now let us continue with the further steps. In the reference doc, and in this command I'm going to create a self-signed certificate with a password, this password, and re-enter the password and fill all the details. Here just make sure to hit a return or enter so that we preserve the password. Okay, now follow the next step of copying the key store file to conf directory and chown and chmod. In step 20 we got to edit the context.xml file. Let us use vim editor and uncomment these two lines. Save the file. In step 22 we got to modify server.xml file. Use vim editor, change the shutdown value, and this step is going to be important for SSL configuration, that is enabling HTTPS protocol. Okay, let us comment out the 8080 connector port and paste this content. Let us check for line breakers and also update the path for key store file. This is going to be the place where we have copied our key store file. So update the password, that is key store password, and paste the content over here. And now let us save the file. In step 24 we got to add users in tomcat users.xml file. Okay, let us use vim editor and add a user with tomcat, and tomcat as username and password, and save the file. And for this demo I'm going to skip steps 26, 27 and 28. So as these are optional and it's more of time taking, so let us go to step 29. In step 29 we are going to update the firewall. So let us copy this command and let us update the port number to 8443 as we have updated it in server.xml. And now let us run the command. Okay, it shows some error. Okay, if we observe, we missed a hyphen next to forward and the port. Okay, let us update it and rerun the command. Okay, the firewall is not running, so let us start the firewall using the command systemctl start firewall d. Okay, now the firewall is running, and let us re-execute the command, and let us stop this command and reload the firewall. So now it is success. And in step 30 we are going to start Tomcat service. Because we didn't follow the steps 26, 27 and 28, now we got to start the Tomcat service manually. So to do that, let us go to bin directory and execute startup.sh /startup.sh, enter. Okay, it cannot find set class path.sh. Now check the value of the environment variable Catalina home. So to do that, let us do echo $Catalina underscore home. Let us update the value of that Catalina underscore home. So to do that, export Catalina home equals the path to the Tomcat directory and hit enter. Okay, now let us check the value again. Okay, now it is pointing to the right place. And now if we do the startup.sh, okay, now the Tomcat service is started. So this concludes the Tomcat installation. And let us move for PostgreSQL. Now let us copy the command to download the file and execute it here, the command failed again. So let us paste the URL and see if we can find any resource with that URL. I'm going to copy the URL. Okay, it's again 404, not found. So let us check for the available packages. So here we have pgdg-red hat 9.4.2. Okay, let us make use of that URL. I'm going to copy that URL and executing it in the terminal. So yes, it is working. Okay, let us follow the next steps suggested in the reference doc. We have pgdg94 and install pgadmin and initialize database, and let us set PostgreSQL service to start on boot up. Now let us start the service. Okay, it has started and it's active and running. And now let us set up the password for Postgres user. Set up Postgres user in PSQL. And in step 7, the instruction says to use pgadmin 3 tool, as pgadmin is a graphical user interface, and here we are doing it in terminal window. So let us do it our way. So let us go to the postgresql.conf file and edit that file. So I'm going to use vim editor, and here I'm going to make sure I have the correct settings for that, and I'm going to save the file and close it. And now let me also edit the file pg_hpa.conf file. Okay, I'm going to use vim editor as again, and here I'm going to update the methods from id ent to md5 or trust. Again, md5 and md5 or trust or both are the same, so I'm going to use trust for this method. I'm going to place trust and save the file. I'm going to restart the PostgreSQL service. Restart. And in step 9, we have set up pgadmin to connect to the database. As we are not using pgadmin, we don't need this step. And let us go to step 10. Step 10 is about creating a user role. So I'm going to enter Postgres terminal. So to enter Postgres terminal, it is sudo space -u Postgres and psql. So let me check for list of all the users. So it is again /tu. So at this moment I only have the Postgres user as a super user. So now I'm going to create a user called twadmin with password as password, and I'm also going to alter the role with createDB and hit enter. Now if I list users /du, so it is going to list created user twadmin with createDB. So now I'm going to come out of the Postgres terminal, and in step 12 create ThingWorx PostgreSQL storage directory. So I'm going to create a directory, update its permissions, and I'm also going to create a ThingWorx platform directory in the root location. and update the permissions. In step 13, it is about downloading the Postgres package, ThingWorx PostgreSQL package, and unzipping it. So we have already did this. And in step 14, execute the PostgreSQL database scripts. And now let us navigate to install directory and update the permissions. So I'm going to give chmod 775 and star. And now let us make sure the contents of ThingWorx Postgres DB setup.sh are in place. So I'm going to do a vim and I'm going to check all the details of server, port, database, username, etc. So everything are in place. So let us come out of this editor and I'm going to execute that file ./ThingWorx Postgres DB setup.sh, and now it is executed successfully. And let us also make sure the contents of ThingWorx Postgres schema setup.sh. So I'm going to do a vim, open the file and look for the contents and execute the file. And let us move to step 16. So I'm going to copy the platform settings.json to ThingWorx platform directory in the root location. And now let us navigate to that file and make sure the contents are in place. Here we have the JDBC URL, username and password, and just make sure the username and the password are the ones that we created in step 10 with twadmin as a username and password.
For PostgreSQL added security, we recommend to follow the instructions right in page 32. Now let us move to installing ThingWorx. Firstly, let us shut down Tomcat service. For a manual shutdown, execute shutdown shell script. And step 1 and step 2 are optional. If you create storage directories, it is completely fine. If not, Tomcat is going to automatically generate it once we deploy the WAR file and start Tomcat service. Step 3 is to copy or move ThingWorx WAR file to Tomcat web apps directories. So I'm going to copy ThingWorx WAR file, and in step 4, start Tomcat service. So in step 5, I'm going to log into ThingWorx platform. I'm going to use the IP address of this host. Yeah, and the default username and the password is administrator admin. Here we can see the platform. Okay, and this concludes the installation part.
For more information, please refer support.ptc.com. Thank you.